Hi, it's Monday, and it's been 5 days. This is day 6 of whatever's going on with me, like with my vertigo. It has gotten better. Um, I'm still dizzy, but the world isn't spinning as I'm sitting up. I just have to be careful about how I move. I am now able to get to my bathroom. It just my my dizziness feels to me like now that it's more like I'm on a boat, like I'm on the ocean, and I'm just kind of learning how to. I'm getting my sea legs, basically learning how to function, how to move with this, you know, this dizziness. And I hope it'll eventually go away. But anyway, my body is trying to adapt and work with what it can. And that's the amazing thing about our bodies, is that they do acclimate. They do their best to adjust and self-correct and self-heal and all of those things. And, we just have to be patient with what's happening and accept it and just go with the flow. At least that's my experience. That's what I'm experiencing, is that the more resistance, the more frustration and anger or whatever, fear even, the more I experience or get into those emotions, those feelings, the worse it is, the worse the experience. So learning how to just accept what is and just go with the flow and trust that everything is going to be okay, and just ride the waves, right? Ride the waves. That's all we can do. And I think that's a metaphor for life, that we just have to learn to ride the waves and take them as they come, and just find our balance. And there's another thing that my husband and I were talking about, I think the day before, maybe the day before this happened, we were discussing, I was referencing like what it's like being on a merry-go-round, and how I feel like life is, sometimes life is like that. We're on a merry-go-round, and we just we can experience the merry-go-round in more than one way. The closer you are to the edge of the merry-go-round, the more intense that spinning is, and that like out of control feeling and excitement at times, like sometimes that's fun and sometimes we want that. But the more you get towards the center of the merry-go-round, the slower things get, the slower and the more control, maybe not control, that's probably not the right word, but like the more sense of peace, and you come to your center, you come to that place within you where you're still going, like the merry-go-round itself is still going at the same speed, but you're not feeling it at the same speed that you were when you were on the edge, or when you were out away from the center of that, of the merry-go-round. Because at the center of that merry-go-round, everything is calm, everything is peaceful, everything, you can see everything going on. You can see how fast everything is spinning around you. You can see it, but you're not in the middle of it. Like, what I mean is, like, you're not experiencing it the same way that you were when you were out towards the edge, where everything feels like chaos. When you go to the center of the merry-go-round in your life, when you go to the center of that, when you come back to yourself, you come back home, okay? When you come back to that place, then there's so many things that can be going on in your world that would normally be really difficult for you. But when you come back to the center, you can find that peace and that calm. You know, like, you're in the middle of the storm, but you're fine. You're okay. You know you're okay. And that's kind of what I'm experiencing, I think. It's like, getting your sea legs, getting back to that center of the merry-go-round, and or if you want to think of like in my Christian upbringing, the story of Jesus and Peter, and how Jesus was able to calm the storm, but then also the idea, where Jesus could walk on the water, even though the water was pretty, treacherous, and the fact that he had power over it, and that he could actually not sink in the waves, but he could walk on the water, on the waves, in the storm. And and then he was trying to help, in the story, he was trying to help Peter. Peter had stepped out of the boat and onto the water, and he was taking some steps, because he, the story is talking about faith, right? He had faith that he could walk to Jesus on the water, just like Jesus did. And so he was exercising his faith in that. And but then he lost his focus, and he started to sink. And then the story was saying, I can't remember exactly, but like Jesus said something to Peter, and about his lack of faith, or something like that. But not to say that what I'm talking about is faith. I'm actually thinking, I'm just using that as an example, because I've also thought of that as well. It's like when you can get back to center, you can get back to like home within yourself, like you get to that place within yourself where you feel like, okay, I'm at peace, I'm at home, I feel love, I feel, the essence of who you are. When you get to that point, then I'm just using the story of Jesus and Peter on the water as an example of what it's like. It's like, now you can do anything. You can walk on water. you you have power. You have more power um, to get yourself through whatever it is that you need to get through, whatever storms, whatever steps that you have to take in order to be able to stay above that water and to walk on that water. You can do that. By coming back to your center of, that center place. And yeah, things are still going to be dizzy. And, like for me right now, I'm still super dizzy. But like I said, I'm finding my sea legs and I'm learning how to walk on the water. And I'm learning how to scoot towards the center of the merry-go-round and not be affected, and feel like I'm gonna fly off that merry-go-round. So, yeah, these are all just ideas that I've been having as I've been going through this experience, and I don't know how long I will be experiencing this vertigo. But, like I said, I'm adapting and I am learning how to live with it for now. And I've had a lot of help from my family, and I really appreciate all the help that they've given me, and they're still giving me. But I'm starting to be able to do a few more things for myself that I wasn't able to do like 5 or 6 days ago. So very happy about that. And yeah, I freaked out at first because I was on the edge of the merry-go-round, and I'm like, the world is spinning, literally spinning so quickly for me, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? But the last couple days, 2-3 days, I guess, I've kind of scooted my butt towards the center of the merry-go-round. And yesterday I got my sea legs. I started being able to walk, a little bit, like to the bathroom and back. And yeah, I feel dizzy, but I'm doing it. And I think we can all do this. We all have this kind of power that we can overcome things, when they seem impossible in the moment, and we can find that peace in that center to help us through the storm, help us walk on the water so that we don't feel like we're drowning. I was trying to think if there was something else. I thought there was something else that I was going to say. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, whatever it was, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not for now. So it'll come back if it's something if I need to share, it'll come back. Yeah, so find your center, find your peace. Oh, I remembered. Okay, I saw, maybe you've seen this too, on the internet, like where it's a picture of a really big tree that is like holding on to another little tree, like the smaller tree got cut down or something, and then but the bigger tree is holding on to like a section of the other tree, and it So it's starting to grow. I wish I could find that picture, but I don't know, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but I just thought that was really cool because it's like the idea of like thing like we can adapt, and we can do whatever it takes to survive, and yeah. And now the Dr. Malcolm's line from Jurassic Park is coming into my mind. You know, that I don't know if this is the correct line, but he says something about life finds a way or something like that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, but that idea that life finds a way, we do. We find a way. We find a way to adapt and do what we have to do. So hope today is a good one for you, and yeah, have a good day.